Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back. We just got done with a live stream over on Patreon, getting everything explored here and set up. I did not bother yet to grab the carbon or the titanium because we're mainly just doing computers here. We'll grab those if and when we need them. And it's beautiful. We have an ice storm coming in right now. But anyways, we have our miners set up, docking up here, smelting titanium here, which again I haven't set up yet. Gold is getting smelted here and brought in from here, which I apparently forgot to dock or link. And then this is our silica coming over here, making us glass fiber, which it is just now coming in. I went ahead and upgraded it to a Mark II, along with the freighter dock to a Mark II here. That way it can output more stuff. And then we have everything set up here for making our diamonds, our fiber optics, our circuit boards to make computers, superconductors, and then finally our supercomputers. And then I have a wormhole terminal here that is sending our supercomputers back over here, which is right here. So now we can grab those, and we need to throw them into the station. And then we also need a fission reactor, which we should have. We should have one of those right here. Why did I put that in the wormhole generator? That needs to go into here, and that gets our heavy ship construction done. Says we have one thing disabled here. Looks like it's out here. That unlocked us our heavy ships.
Medium shipyards are now available for you to fulfill ever larger and more complex starship orders. Note, larger ships may require microfusion reactors to be installed. These ships must be fueled quickly after completion to avoid catastrophic reactor meltdown.
Yeah, this is where things are going to get a little dicey. And that means we're going to need to get these sent over. Which do we have? Yeah, we're going to have to set up a wormhole here to send them over to the main place. So let's look at, now that is what I'm needing. So let's get that done, which we should already have the advanced plating. Yeah, we've got plenty of those. Heck, I've got plenty of them on me. So let's just throw all that in there, and then we'll get the supercomputers over on the other side. But let's go ahead and get a wormhole set up, which we might as well. I think we can set it up like right here. And we'll link this up to that. And then we'll go back over here. And we'll get a wormhole. And we'll set it up here. And then this one is going to connect to here. So now we'll have our micro fusion reactors coming in here, which we will need for our larger shipyard here, which is going to take wrong spot. Okay, give me those. And now we can build one of these, but I'm thinking we probably maybe not. I was going to say we could get rid of that smaller one, but I don't think we want to do that yet. I think I'm going to put this here, but that just reminded me there is something that I was quite confused on that we need to look at. So we're going to put that there, and then these are going to have to go to both of these so they can get fueled. And then these go there, these will go there. Anything else we'll deal with. Okay, so this thing here, I was a bit confused on it because I thought that this was a eat the stuff or feed the stuff in, it will eat them, and as it eats them, it will tick up. Well, you see how it says 2,000 of 6,000. If you count up how much titanium we have in here, that's exactly what that is 2,000. So we actually have to get 2,000 titanium into here. Not have 2,000, or not have 6,000 in there at one time. So now you'll see if I come back over here, I just picked up another 500. So we put these in here, and now we're at 2,500. So you actually have to feed it all 6,000 of those to get that done. So I'm going to have to clean out my inventory, obviously, so I can move these things over there. I've got tons of stuff I've been picking up from my exploration over there. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of getting this, at least a few of these done. Let's go ahead and drop these in here. And we only have 2 of these, so I need to go over there and see. Also, while we're here, we want to make another one of these, because that will go back over here. We can put one of those wrong spot over here. We can put one of those into here. So we're going to go ahead and put one of them in there, and that'll make this run faster when it has what it needs. And it looks like superconductors is the problem. Their issue is diamonds, and it looks like the diamond issue is carbon. So the reason why I didn't set up carbon was because we're making carbon here by making the hydrogen right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go set up the carbon. we'll just put a dock here. And actually, I'm going to try something new today. And that is, I am going to do the work here on YouTube, but in a private stream that nobody will be able to see right now. And I will put it out because this is only going to be like 15-20 minutes worth of work. So if you're actually interested in seeing it, I will make that available after this video and you'll be able to see it. So see you in just a bit. Alright, so that work is all done now. And besides the fact that it looks like we are running low on power again, which I just left this place, and everything was fine. I come back and everything is broken. I literally just stopped the stream and came back. I have no idea what's going over there. So let's go get it another reactor. I did already have to put in one other reactor. And let's see, yeah, there's not enough here. We'll just come grab them from over here. Alright. Let's go ahead and give it 2. I'll probably have to make some more hydrogen for this. Okay, that takes care of it. I will deal with the nanotubes for that later. Anyways, we bumped up the amount of diamonds by a whole lot. We got the carbon in, we got them smelting, and I believe we have this running just about efficiently when, you know, the power isn't out. It does look like now we might be running a bit behind on computers, so we'll put in another one of those. I believe this should be able to handle 2 of them. The only problem may come with these, but we'll see. But also, if we come back here and look at this, you'll see that I have gotten the fiber optics done, so now we can use carbon nanotubes to make fiber optics, so we can use carbon instead of silica. So, left mouse button to purchase. So, there we go. That one is now purchased. And I will go ahead and sit here and feed all this other stuff that I have grabbed and get these all done so we can have at least these main ones. We'll look at the other ones and see what we decide on them later. But they're going to take a good load of these. This one I definitely want to get done. I may work on this one next. But anyways, let's grab our computers here and let's get our missile launcher done, which we absolutely want to get done.
Enhanced base defenses are now available for construction. We recommend building enhanced missile defense turrets on your most vulnerable stations to
Yes, we absolutely need to get them built. They are a little expensive, but not terrible. this place does pretty well, but this one has ice comets coming in all the time. So, yeah, thank you. On cue, we have an ice comet. Well, apparently that one ended, but we just had one come through here, so I'm gonna put these around. They do a pretty good area, so if I put one of these like right here in the center of the base, it should be able to handle all of the base. Now, granted, it's not going to take out anything over here before it gets here, so I will probably put another one somewhere over in this area. But as we play and we have more issues around the place, I'll put in more of them. We now have upgrade to Mark II or Mark III for storage 2 for tanks. So we can go ahead and get this done. We'll go back over here because, well, I guess I have everything on me for this, so I didn't need to do that. There we go. We now have that.
Mark III storage units and Mark II storage tanks have now been unlocked.
Now, the Mark II storage tank, I will probably end up using when we do the fueling here. We will see if we need them. I believe we're going to. And then we have defense micro drone. Unlocks a micro drone, which then, when equipped, will shoot down incoming projectiles. Interesting. Alright, so I'm guessing this is for this little guy. So we need a supercomputer, 5 engines, and 25. Well, we easily got that. Engines, we got those. And supercomputers, I just dropped off over here. So there we go, that gets that taken care of. And that should be in here.
Has now been unlocked. This can be crafted in the equipment station, and when equipped, can shoot down incoming projectiles.
Okay, so we need...
Choose another objective from
25.
the objectives.
Yeah, we know. We don't need to hear about your choosing objectives. We got it. By this point, trust me, we understand. Alright, so let's get this guy made. So there we go. Now we have one of those. And last but not least, expansion protocol. We need 10 fueled heavy haulers, 50 tankers, and 100 scouts.
It's time to expand our operations here once again, Station Commander. And for that...
Yep, we know what we're doing. Alright, so now the problem with these are that they need those reactors. So I really probably should give them their own fuel depot instead of having them come to these two. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and just put one of these right here after I grab some carbon nanotubes. And we may end up wanting to do 2 of them, but we'll check into that. So now we want to undo that one, connect it to there, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to want I think we're going to need more fuel than what we can do through here, but we will find out. First off, we're going to put in a storage tank right here. We're going to connect that to there. This to there. And then I think we'll probably take this defense turret out because it's definitely not needed there and it's in the way. We'll put this in here and we're not going to be able to pull this through here unless, can we do this? I don't know if this is going to work. I don't think it is. Holy crap, it is. I can't believe that worked. And then we're going to go ahead and upgrade this immediately because we need this to have as much going in there as possible. And its max flow rate is 300. And I'm assuming that's what it's doing right now. Now, I'm thinking we may actually try to send extra hydrogen through on another one of these and set up another tank here to provide to this one. But we'll see how that works. So, let's start off with the heavy hauler, which is this, and we need 10 of them. And then I will have to look and see what all we need to get done for that. And now this one, we're going to put the 50 photon tankers in here, which we actually need 47. Because we have one. And then for right now, we'll put all 100 of, yeah, I was worried about that. We'll have to deal with that in a second. And scouts, yes. We can shift and add by 10. So there's 100 of those. And if we need to, we'll add to that. Yep, I was kind of worried about that. Alright, so let's get us another... and some computers. Good thing we don't actually have the reactor done yet. Because it would be bad if we had power loss right now, if that was the case. Alright, so now we got enough power. So now I need to go through all the things, figure out what we need, what we have, what we don't have. Like, we don't have advanced plating in here, we don't have heavy frames in here. We should have the computer. Yeah, if and when that comes through, it should get there. So the computer shouldn't be a problem. I don't think we have made medium engines. So we're going to have to look at that. Yeah, we definitely don't have medium engines over here. So that was made in a manufactory, I believe it said. So let's sit this here and see. Yeah, that's nothing we can't handle here. And we'll go ahead and pop one of those in. And then we just need to that. And we'll just grab from there. That should give us everything we need. Except for that. And yeah, we're running on stored power again. So let's deal with that. Yeah, I was worried about that. Yeah, it's just on the edge of what it can handle. Oh, I didn't get superconductors. And yeah, we're probably going to have to bring some more hydrogen in from there, so I will have to do some work with that. We need to go over to 3, and we need to connect this up to... This is the one going to Alpha Station. Yes, we need this. And this over there. This needs a supercomputer. I completely glared on that one. So that means we also need to get a wormhole terminal here. And we need to link it to here. And that means we need to go back over here and set up another wormhole terminal, which I need some nanoplating for. Now we hook this one up to that one. And we send those out through there. How are we doing on these? Yeah, we're definitely going to need more computers. So let's... Actually, that's got plenty of them. It looks like carbon... Looks like the glass fiber fiber optic is more of the issue here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the work done for this, do a little bit more optimizing, and get these ready to be sent out. We should have everything now linked up so it can go where it needs to go. Yeah, those have already got put in there. So the only thing it's waiting on is that supercomputer. So I just need to go do a little bit more work on that, and then we should be able to have these done. So I will see you guys in the next one when we're ready to send these guys out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you then.